Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm super excited. I have got a massive junk journal restock here, which is all available on my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website. I'm going to try and run through the things really quickly, or else we're going to be here all day because there's a lot of stuff to get through. But this is just a handful of it. I've got a whole bunch more stuff beside me, so I'm going to have to stop the video and pull it in. So let's kind of do these things, you know, one thing at a time. So first of all, I have got more of my book page bundles. I've put some more together because they flew out last time, and then I had several people message asking me to put some more in and when would I have some more. So I've done some more of those. I think there's 9 different bundles. They are all on a potluck basis, and I can't guarantee which types of books you're going to get. I have tried to incorporate different pages. So you will get 1 or 2 that are from a texty book, a vintage book of some sort. But on the whole, they're going to be imaged pages, you know, pages with images. So you may get some florals and things. You may get some stamp catalogue. I think most of the bundles do contain some stamp catalogue because that's one of my favourite book pages. So I think I did try and incorporate that in all of them. There are, I think, several that have got this gorgeous book, which again, I have used this loads of times in videos, and I managed to get another couple of the books. So yep, there's some with those. This one, for example, has got some bird images. Again, I can't guarantee you're going to get all of what's actually here. This is just a representative of the types of things that you may get. We've got some here from a vintage style catalogue, and then we also have got some children's book images, which I think this is a mix of 2 different children's books, because again, you know, just the nature of this, it just depends what books I can access at the time. So you've got those, and then this one's got this gorgeous Victorian bathroom catalogue. Now, I don't know whether my videos using this has actually gone up yet, but definitely I have done a video, like I said, I don't think it's gone up, where I'm just using kind of portions because there's loads of bits with really lovely texty parts. So even if, for instance, here you think, oh, well, I wouldn't really use those things, there's loads of bits that you will be able to use on all of these pages. Absolutely loads and loads of different, you know, like I say, labelly type bits and texty type bits. I mean, I think all of this part's really, really nice. I love like the numbers. I love like all of these labelly type bits. So there's lots and lots of those. So even if you kind of think, well, I'm not sure, how, you know, how I would use those, you know, images, they've got lots of texty type parts. So like I say, they are all different, you know, packs. So just because this is, you know, this particular mix, you're not necessarily going to get all what's on here. They're picked at random just because of the nature of, you know, of the product, I'm afraid. So they will have lots of images, and I will try and make sure that each pack has got a variety of images. So you didn't get all florals, for example, or all birds. Or all children's books. You will definitely get a mixture of a few different types of images, but which images in particular, I can't, you know, I can't guarantee, I'm afraid. So there are a few of those. Let me put these to one side as I go. So right, so that one. We've got some more of my speciality die cut paper packs. So again, I mean, just 4, because again, you know, all these things take a long time to obviously put together. But what you get is, I think it's got 40, oh, I'm not going to go tracing this, 40 different elements, all printed and cut, you know, by myself in speciality papers. And by that, I mean either, well, not either, but a combination of transparency film. Let me just bring something in to actually put this against, otherwise you can't really see it. Transparency type film, and vellum. Now when I say vellum, I really am meaning tracing paper, and it's quite, you know, nice quality tracing paper. So you get 40 images, and again, I have done videos where I've used things like this. So, you know, if you're kind of wondering what you would do with all these kind of packs, I have got videos on my channel where I'm using either transparencies or vellum. So again, these are all potluck basis, and they all contain slightly different images. There may be overlaps, you know, of of the same images, but all, you know, all 4 of these packs are slightly different. So if you ordered more than one, you may get a few images that are the same, but overall you're going to get 4, you know, slightly different packs. So that's those. Then the next item I have got are these, which I don't remember quite what these are. Oh yes, so we've got paperclip packs. So again, I've just got 2 of these, and they are containing a variety of different paper clips. So you've got 10 different paper clips. They are all, you know, all different, all unique. And yeah, just to be used kind of in your junk journals and things, you know. And like I say, with all of these items, they are all on a potluck basis. They're not the type of thing that, you know, you can kind of like put in individually, because I don't really make repeats of anything. So, you know, it might be very similar what you get, but they're going to be different colours and things like that. I mean, this one, for example, has got a pen holder. Oops. A pen holder paper clip there. You know, you've got some lace paper clips. You've got a butterfly, another lace one of those pocket ones that we did in the mass making. Got a little flippy bit, and a wax seal and a little lace cluster. So all of them are different, and yeah, so there are 2 of those, and you get 10 paper clips in each pack. So, and I mean, the reason why I just stress that they're all different is because I can't guarantee, obviously, you know, that they're going to be to your liking. You know, they may contain a lot of pinks, or, you know, a lot of blues, for example, which if you're not a blue fan or a pink fan or whatever, then, you know, I just want to point that out, because they might not necessarily be to, you know, to your particular taste. So, you know, they're only kind of okay if you're happy with them being on a potluck basis. I've then got 3 of my decorative edge strips packs, and again, you get 10. Now these are paper decorative edge strips. So by that, I'm saying they may have fabric, they may just be paper, but the base piece, i.e., you know, the main piece or the main part or the main element is paper. Okay, so here you've got some of my damask papers. This is my Regency papers, some of my lace collection and things. You've got vintage book page on some of these. Here, just some vintage sheet music and some lace, and then a flower. So, you know, and then these have got fabric, but again, the main, you know, base piece for this is, of course, some vintage book page. Again, some of my damask papers, some more of that Regency paper, and some of the pale lace papers there. So, you know, they're just really, really nice, and they just look gorgeous if they were just on a junk journal page. So let me just pull in a quick, this is not really a junk journal, but something that will be bound eventually into a junk journal. So you could just stick them down there on the edge of a page. You could put them in the middle, more like a belly band. You could, of course, attach them to something else, but I'm just kind of showing you basically how they would look on a junk journal. As you can see, some are slightly longer, so they may require cutting down. But, you know, the decorative elements that have been included, they're always sort of not necessarily in the middle, but they're not going to be right at the top or right at the bottom. So if they're too long, you know, for your page, you can definitely, you know, you're going to be able to cut them down and make them fit. So there are 3 packs of those, and again, these are all slightly different. So that's pack 1, and then we've got 2 more packs. I won't show you all of them because, like I say, they are all, you know, they are all different, but they, you know, essentially they're containing very similar kind of effects, really. So I'm just, you know, yeah, just kind of showing you roughly what you're getting. So there's 3 of those. Put those to one side. And then I've got this, which is a ring bound cover. Whoops, ring bound cover. Like that. And this is plain cardboard on the other side. So it needs, you know, finishing off, or, you know, decorating basically to incorporate in your ring bound journals. So I just want to point that out. I mean, obviously, if I were going to use this, I would probably take something thicker. So like a decorative paper, for example, Right, well, this is very small, but if I had this here in a full-size sheet, I would just kind of cover the whole thing with something like this. Now, this is a thicker piece of paper. It's not flimsy copy paper. It's, I think it's 160 GSM, or it may be 210 GSM, something like that. I would use something like that to cover this, because then you're not going to see any of these ridges from it being cardboard, and I would cover the whole thing. So obviously a bigger piece than this, cover the whole thing, and then work with it like that. Alternatively, another way that would be really nice to cover this up is do like a collage on the inside. That also would be a really nice kind of way to finish it. But these are essentially a back and a front cover. So that's the back cover, that's the front cover. Obviously, like I say, they do need finishing off. But it's been covered with, it had some paper covered onto there, and then it's got double lace. That's the back, it's just plain. And then the front, exactly the same. So you've got some paper down there, and then you've got some lace all over the front, and then you've got, I think that was actually part of a snippet roll, and lots of various elements and trims, and, you know, various different bits and pieces, some pearly trims and flowers, and yeah, loads of different decorative elements. And you just obviously punch, you know, cover this, and then punch a couple of holes in to make it ring bound journal covers. So just one of those. So the next item is this accordion junk journal. Now, this has already sold, so I will do this in a separate flip through, I think, rather than kind of waste your time, you know, on something that's sold and then you can pitch in or not. Let me just grab the other items. Hold on. Okay, so the other items that I've got a couple more of my, well, I've got quite a few. I think there's 9 of these in my shop. So these are fabric scrap packs. Now you get 10 pieces of different fabrics. So I'll just take these out and kind of show you. You've got a mixture of vintage and not vintage mixed in with this. So some of this fabric is vintage. I think that one's vintage. This one is vintage. One other one, which I think might be that one. I can't remember, to be honest, if I'm truthful. Anyway, a mixture of vintage and not vintage. But the ones that aren't vintage, for instance, this, they do look, you know, look quite vintage. So I have got, yeah, I think it's 9, possibly 10 fabric packs. Now I'm going to struggle to squish this back in here. They're quite big pieces of fabric in this one. So they're all, you know, different fabrics and, you know, smallish sizes, suitable for things like, you know, collaging the front cover of a journal and things like that, or maybe making fabric snippet rolls and things. Again, they're all a potluck basis, and they are all slightly different, you know, just one pack is not going to necessarily contain the same fabrics as another. So that's those. I'll put those to one side. Okay, so that's those. I've got more of my trim packs. Now, the trim packs, this time they're slightly different to the last lot. So you've got these gorgeous little cherry flower trims. And again, you're going to get varying colours. I think there are also red ones and yellow ones. So again, this is a potluck basis. You get 3 of those, which I think are about a yard. And then these, I actually can't remember. The description on the website says exactly the measurements that you do get, but it might be that you get a yard of the black bling and then half a yard of each of these. So again, some more flowers, slightly different, and this gorgeous, what do you call that? Like an eye-shaped pearly trim. And then you get these ones as well, and I think you get, I think, a yard of these, but again, it could be half yard. It will say in the description. So those are the trim packs that I've currently got. Again, there's quite a few of those. So I'll put those to one side. So Natalie and I have been really busy making up all these different things. Then there are these little flower packs. Now, I have to apologise yet again. You'd have to check the description, but I think you get 50 flowers. So these are flowers, you know, suitable for, you know, yeah, snippet rolls and covers and things like that. So absolutely brilliant for decorating up, you know, snippets and, yeah, anything kind of decorative or anything kind of a bit, yeah, a bit kind of, you know, where you need sort of a variety of trims and things, then these are brilliant for that. And you're going to have a variety of colours. So yet again, you know, be able to actually use them on a whole range of different projects. You could coffee dye these. Also, these do coffee dye very, very well. So just, you know, another little kind of suggestion there for how you could use those. I have got more of these paper scrap packs. So these are very, very popular, I have to say. And I think you get 20 sheets of the papers. Now, these obviously, by the nature of the, you know, the name of these, they are varying papers. So they are things that I have printed, either sort of misprinted or overspills of printing and things like that. Papers that I haven't used. Some are double-sided and some are not double-sided. Even if they're double-sided, they're going to tend to be, you know, not necessarily coordinating double-sided patterns, if you see what I mean. I mean, you might be lucky that, for example, it's my, you know, some of my damask papers, and obviously being in that purple, but matches actually pretty well with this from my large birdhouse papers. You know, those are, you know, pretty nice together. Oh, sorry about that. I just had to stop and sneeze. So yeah, they just happen to be pretty nice together. But on the whole, you know, I definitely wouldn't sell these saying, oh, they're, you know, the double-sided papers that are going to coordinate, because, you know, I personally don't think a lot of them would. But, you know, that being said, a lot of them are not double-sided at all. So, you know, another example of things that these are going to be brilliant for are things like, you know, making the scrappy kind of, oh, what do you call them? You know, like a little scrap pad and things like that. You know, you could coffee dye all of these little papers that are single-sided and then put them into little scrappy paper bundles and things like that. So, you know, absolutely lovely. They are also brilliant for things like collage, and they're going to give you a huge different variety of, you know, patterns and colours and papers and things like that. So there's a few of those. I've only obviously shown you one, but again, the nature of these, they're all going to be different. So, you know, I can't guarantee what papers you're going to get. So that's those. This is some of my paper fillers, and again, I've only actually got 2 of these left now, so these are very popular. So what you will get is 5 different paper fillery type items. So this has got some genuine vintage document held together, I think, with a staple, yeah, and then got some lace and things. This has got some page from that lovely Victorian bathroom catalogue, and then it's just got a few other bits there, again stapled together, and then some lace across. This one here, absolutely gorgeous. That's some of my rich damask papers and some of my decorative edge strips. Just looks gorgeous, doesn't it? And this is from those lovely craft papers, which again, I do have packs of these in my shop on my website. And yeah, they're pretty much a kind of constant item, so they're kind of constantly stocked, really. And then you get, or in this particular pack, you get this little piece which has got a large transparency there, and then you've got some food colour papers, and this is some of that lovely tissue type paper from a vintage book. It's just been stitched down the edge with some doily which has been coffee dyed, and then also some lace and some ribbon. So super nice. And then you've just got some little postcards. Now these are actually reproduction vintage. They're from some, you know, collection of postcards from the Nostalgia collection of postcards. So they are not actually vintage. They're like reproduction vintage postcards. So there's a couple of these that I did have more, but they have actually sold already. And, you know, as with all of these things, these are a potluck type item. So this one has got these gorgeous little clustery pieces with a little gem there, and then you've got this gorgeous little piece here. Again, this is some of my lace papers, and it's mixed in with some of my Regency paper, and then again some more of that bathroom catalogue. So, you know, this is hopefully as well giving some ideas of how you could use, like, say, maybe the book page bundles and things like that. Again, some of my decorative edge strips and some genuine vintage document there. This is from my little vintage note card pieces, and then you've got some brown, I think that's brown packaging paper, and then you've got another one of those gorgeous, you know, like flippy type booklet things. love, love, love how this looks. It's so nice, isn't it? So this is just from my Junk Journal Basics Kit 2. And then, like I say, you've got a massive transparency piece there. And then just mixed in with some papers, stitched down the edge with some lace and ribbon. Isn't that just gorgeous? And then you've got, again, another 5 little postcards. And again, the reproduction from that Nostalgia postcard collection. So they're just really fun, really fun packs. You know, that, yeah, hopefully could be used in a variety of ways. So that's those. Okay, put that to one side. Oh, I've got more paper clips. So, yeah. Honestly, things go astray after a while. So, yeah, I've got another couple of packs of paper clips. So, again, I'm not going to show you too much because, obviously, you know, I've kind of shown you the others. But, you know, just to give you a rough idea so that you can see, you know, they're all different paper clips. You're not going to get the same clips twice, you know, and yeah, so if you know, if you wanted to buy more than one, or you know, buy some as a gift for somebody or whatever, they're all going to be different paper clips. So even if you buy, you know, more than one packet, you're not going to get sort of identical, you know, identical items. So I mean, that's just because I don't really like making, you know, the same thing kind of twice. I find it a bit boring, really. But yeah, I won't show you the other one because of course that's just more, you know, more of the same, really. So I'll just move that out the way. And then you've got some lace clusters. Now these are very popular, so I'm just going to very quickly show you these. And again, I'll just show you one or two because of course, you know, they're all similar, but you get 10 gorgeous lace clusters which are going to have a variety of different things on them. So they're going to have a variety of maybe gemstones or ribbons or wax seals, maybe some kind of like faux button type pieces, or maybe just florals. But they're just lovely. And just again, just to show you how these would look. So, you know, for example, on a journal page, you could just put them on the edge of a journal page like that. You know, I mean, that's my rich damask papers. How gorgeous does that look just with that gem on there? I mean, you know, you wouldn't have to do anything else to that page. You could just literally have that lace cluster on there and it just finishes that off brilliantly, doesn't it? So they're just really, really, really fun and nice to use, aren't they? So yeah, just really, really lovely. Actually, I just spotted I've got a steampunk page there, so I just want to see how it would look on there. Oh, aren't they just lovely? So yeah, I mean, hopefully you can kind of see. I mean, I'm just randomly picking these, but to be honest, every single one looks good with every single page, doesn't it? They're one of those, you know, items, you know, like butterflies, where we always say, oh, you know, butterfly always looks good everywhere. These lace clusters are one of those. They're, you know, something that just looks good everywhere that you put them. So let's just have one more look, just so that you can see the types of different ones. Again, and this will be the last one that I show you, but yeah, there's 4 packs of these, so you know, all completely different. Let's just pull that journal in again. So I mean, I've not even bound this, but I'm just literally showing you so that you get some, you know, some ideas as to how they would look. So yeah, I mean, just gorgeous, aren't they? And like I say, I mean, actually every single one looks good on every single paper. They're, you know, they're just one of those items that are going to look good wherever you put them, you know, which I just love having things like that. They're just, you know, they make bringing your journal to life like so much easier and so much quicker to do. So I've got 4 packs of those. So, yep, let's put those away. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. And then I've just got 1 pack of fabric clusters, which are very, very similar, except instead of being just lace, these are fabric, and they have been stitched. So you can see more on the back on this particular one because the stitching is not showing too, you know, too much. But these are all different sizes. They're kind of like fabric edge strips that have been chopped down and made into little tiny clustery pieces. So let's bring the journal back in and just, you know, show you again. So on here, you could just have that just on the edge of a page. Again, that's just like a little tab. that on there. I mean, you know, these don't even match this paper. This is from my pink steampunk, pale pastel steampunk collection. So, you know, doesn't even match that paper, but it still looks awesome on there, doesn't it? I mean, that red really should not look good on there at all. It does, you know, does not go with that. But it looks lovely, doesn't it? So, yeah, they're just one of those things that I think you could literally put pretty much any of these on any page and they're gonna, you know, they're gonna look good. So you can never have enough things like that, I think. So yeah, just really, really fun. So, and there is only one of these ones, I'm afraid. So I will be trying to make some more. I mean, I'm trying to do these restocks like every week or 2 weeks. Obviously, because of the nature of it, it takes a long time to make all the different items. I mean, I tend to make things, Natalie puts them together. So, yeah, I mean, obviously, it's just logistically, it takes quite a long time. But, you know, hopefully you're really enjoying kind of, you know, the variety of nice things that are going in there. And then the final item, oh gosh, this is heavy, I have got more of my printed paper pads. So these are, I mean, I've shown these before. So they are printed paper pads. They are 3 different kits. You get 10 pages. Oh, sorry about that. That one's got a, you know, what do you call it? Like something on the back. On the whole, they should not have things on the back. But yeah, that one obviously slipped its way in. They're going to contain papers from 3 different kits, and you get 10 pages from each kit. Now, these have all been printed on 120 GSM paper. So it's significantly thicker than your flimsy copy paper. It's definitely not this, you know, this thicker one. So it's definitely paper rather than cardstock, but it is much thicker than, you know, copy paper. Now, I personally have always been able to coffee dye papers after I have printed them. So, you know, by rights, you should definitely be able to coffee dye all of these. As you know, I've said things like this before, I would always just try it in a little section first, just in case for any reason you've got, I don't know, some sort of different coffee that reacts weirdly or something. I don't know. But I would hate for you to just, you know, chuck all of your papers into a big lasagna dish of coffee and then it all smudge. It shouldn't, but you know, just do always try it out. So this one, I'm going to run you through them really quickly. This has got 10 pages from my pink Parisian kit. It's got 10 pages from my rich damask papers. And then you've got 10 pages from my pink Paris papers there. So that's the first one. I'm going to put these into my lap as I go. This one, you've got 10 pages from my birds collection papers. You've got 10 pages from my brown steampunk collection of papers. And then you've got 10 pages from my Regency collection of papers there. Okay, the next one, you've got 10 pages here from the Victorian springtime, I think. Victorian springtime papers there. You've got 10 pages from the butterfly cabinet collection of papers there. And then you've got 10 pages from the Regency collection. So, you know, really nice variety of papers. Now, again, like with all these things, I'm just going to say again, these are on a potluck basis. So I cannot guarantee you're going to get things that you will really love. You know, they could be very pink. They could be, you know, just not colours of your choice. So, you know, they're only okay if you're happy to have, you know, a variety. This has got some of my vintage Tanners papers, which I haven't used that kit for a long time. But yeah, they're really, really nice. Obviously, lots of blacks and very dramatic looking papers. This has got some of my rich, the blue and brown lace collection papers there. And then you've also got some of my Great Expectations papers here at the front. So, you know, 30 pages in each of these paper pads. This has got some of my butterfly collection papers, not the cabinet collection, but just the butterfly papers. Then you've got some of my green and brown, green and blue and brown lace collection papers there. And then here you've got some of my Melrose Garden papers. Oops, sorry, that one needs rebinding. The Melrose Garden papers. So I'll just put that to one side and rebind it. This one has got my Victorian Beauties papers. And then you've got the blue and brown lace collection. And then again, some more of the butterfly pages there at the beginning. So that's that one. This one, again, you've got the blue and brown lace collection of papers. Blue and green, sorry, lace collection papers there at the front. Then you've got the pink Paris papers there. And then you've got butterfly collection. Not butterfly, sorry, the bird collection of papers there at the back. Like that. Okie dokie. And then this one has got the Myrtle Cottage papers there. And then you've got the blue the blue and green lace collection papers there. And then you've got the, oops, that one also needs rebinding, the bird collection papers there at the back. So that's that one. This one here, you've got the Purple Rain collection at the front. And then you've got the Birds collection papers. And then you've got the Regency collection of papers there. So, I mean, they're really nice, aren't they? And, you know, it's quite nice actually on a potluck basis because you're going to get things that maybe, you know, are going to push you out of your comfort zone. This has got the Pink Lady papers. And then you've got some of the, oh gosh, what do you call this? Flying Tapestry. This one needs rebinding as well. Sometimes the binding's tricky to slot in. So this is the Butterfly collection. Yep, put that to one side to be rebound. This one has got the Vintage Gallery collection. And then the Butterfly collection of papers. And then at the back, we've got more of the Purple Rain collection of papers there. Okay, that one also needs rebinding. These are very frustrating. It may be that these are faulty, you know, covers. They were some different ones that I bought from Amazon and maybe they're not, you know, not very strong. These are the Pink Lady papers. The Great Expectation papers. And the Regency collection there. So that's that one. And then the final one is, again, the Myrtle Cottage. Sorry, the Myrtle Cottage at the front. That's the lilac ones. And then you've got the pink, pink Parisian ones in the middle. And then to finish off, you've got the Melrose Garden pages at the back. So, yeah, really fun. And like I say, I mean, hopefully, you know, being on a potluck basis, they would, you know, perhaps encourage you to use things that perhaps, you know, you wouldn't have ordinarily chosen. I mean, when you buy 12 by 12 paper pads, you know, I always think it's hit and miss because you tend to get, you know, maybe some that you would have chosen and some that you wouldn't. And I guess this is, you know, this is going to be the same. So, yeah, I really, really hope that you like everything that I've, you know, been putting in my restock. And, yeah, do go over to my website. So that's shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk and check them out. I've also got my new Halloween kit out on my Etsy shop. So I will try and do some sort of preview video of that at some point over the next couple of days. And yeah, and I will come back and we will do a flip through of the accordion journal as well. So yeah, I really hope that you like everything, and if you did want to see anything, obviously, then just head over and do check it all out. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then. Bye.